And now we move over to Grambling State head coach Mickey Joseph, as Coach Joseph is now joining us. Coach Joseph, how you doing this morning?
I'm good. How y'all doing?
Doing well. Thank you for joining us this morning. Know you gotta know you're finally ready to not hit against the same people as your guys. So now you guys get to open up with Clark Atlanta. So you start out with an opening statement for that.
Well, I'm very pleased with the summer workouts. I'm very pleased with the fall camp. Fall camp was kind of cut short because we started school um, August 13th, so it's kind of cut short. We got two tackling days in, so we got to continue working on our tackling, continue working on our blocking, and so far I'm happy with what I see with the kids. They really have bought in, and the coaching staff is doing a tremendous job right now.
I have our first question from James Hill.
Hey, Coach, I hope you and everybody in Grambling are well. Talk a little bit about this first game. You get Clark Atlanta comes in, Coach Terry and his guys, but talk a little bit about Grambling and what you want to do in this first game.
Well, right now we don't have a whole bunch of film on them because they've just gotten there. So right now we have to depend on our rules about how we going to defend, zone reads, how we going to defend counter, how we going to attack quarters, how we going to attack three weak. So it's we're going to go to our rules. We don't know much about them personnel wise, but we do know the coaches. Terry's a great coach, even greater man, but we don't know much about the personnel that they're going to put out there. And with this transfer portal, they can run out there with 11 monsters because a lot of kids have been getting let go lately and have nowhere to go but the D2 or NAIA. So I'm going to see how that's going to push out for the future because I don't think that's fair that kids get kicked off the team and they can't get in the transfer portal. And so I didn't know if it was going to work out like this, but as far as getting back to Clark's, they have a solid coaching staff. And those kids, they're gonna be they Georgia kids, so they're gonna be revved up and ready to go. But like right now, we don't know much about them personnel wise, but we do know schematic wise, have kind of an idea what they should do if they continue to do what they did in the past.
Let's talk a little bit about the sense of urgency of HBCU, the SWAC. Student athletes want to play, and they want to play immediately because college football is changing. But talk about giving guys that opportunity, and of course, they have to earn it.
Well, we so far we have 62% of our roster back that's going on in third year with us. So we've been to retain, most of the kids that we started with. We had to clean up the roster, but we do give you the opportunity to play. But you're right, you have to earn it here. You have to. We're just not going to put you out there. We have to earn it, and we understand that we developing kids right now. We understand that that's what we do in the SWAC. That's what they're doing in the MEAC and all the D2 HBCU conference because we pull from them. The big boys pull from us. But we understand right now that we are the developers. We are the developers. We are not just the recruiters anymore. We are the developers because we're developers because you come and get our kids. We're not coming to get your kids. When they kids fall down from Power Five to FCS, alarms go off in this building. Why? Why is he coming down this far? So we do a good research on them and make sure that the kids the right fit for us. But we want to give kids opportunity and also tell kids this: don't look down on these NAIAs and these D2s when they give you offers because now you got to go where you celebrate it at, not tolerate it. Because eventually we're going to have to start pulling off a D2 and NAI rosters. You know, compare him to a high school kid, and that kid's going to have one advantage: he already have played college football. So we're going to give you the opportunity at Grambling, but we stuck with this 105 roster, and I'm hoping they get away from that soon because we have a lot of kids that want to play here, but we got to turn them away because we only can go to 105. But we definitely want kids to come here and give them opportunity to play at Grambling.
Thank you, Coach. Have a blessed season.
Thank you.
Next question will come from Wayne Cartwright.
Hey, Coach Joseph, good to see you. Welcome to a new season.
How you doing, Wayne?
I'm blessed and highly favored, Coach. Ready to get this thing rolling. Tired of all that talk. Anyway, anyhow, speaking of getting away from the talk, let's talk about for real. Let's talk about, you guys have landed on the line this season. Obviously, that came from a lot of your personnel moves, your coaching staff moves, all that kind of stuff. Who are players' names that you need to set the tone starting here on Saturday to get you guys going in the right direction in 2026?
I think he's going to start up front on both sides. You know, Alex Vigil's our center. I think he's the 3-year starter. You know, the 3 years, maybe 2-year starter, but he sets the tone. You know, we happy with the guards that we have. You know, the guards and the tackles with Amon Pathay. You know, and we got Jaron Ackerman, the kid we got out of St. Louis, and you know, Kenny Boston and Devon Kinlaw. You know, so we're gonna start up front on the offensive line and on the D line. You know, we have some kids that we excited about. You know, Sherrod's been around, Bush been around, College Francis has been around, Sykes has been around. So we're gonna start with the kids up front. We need to see those guys play well early because I know what they've been doing all summer. All summer they've been playing 7-on-7. Nobody's been tackling. Nobody's been tackling. They can say what they want. They hadn't been tackling because they, you know, these kids right now, you got to really teach that. It's not back in the days where you woke up to tackle. These kids wake up to play 7-on-7 to play finesse football. So we're gonna see. We want to see if you want to take on blocks, and we want to see if you want to be gap integrity. So we're gonna do that on offense, and we're gonna try to stuff the run on defense.
Well, sounds good, Coach. Looking forward to talking to you all season. Good luck on Saturday.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Next question will be for Perry White.
Hey, good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Perry. How you doing?
Doing good, man. Good to speak with you this morning. Quick question. Going back from last year, a lot of tough losses. You're talking about one possession. It's a matter of points. What did you do when you went back and evaluated to figure out what could you do with your team moving forward in 2026 to try to get over that hump and put you guys in a position for a championship?
Oh, when I went back and watched those one-score losses, I wanted to puke. You know, because I had to be a better head coach in the situation and make sure I'm putting my players and my staff in the best situation to win the game. So I had to be honest with myself when I look in the mirror and say, you know, they're not blowing us out. We lost a play here, lost a play there, and we can't depend on other people to help us. We got to help ourselves. So when it's 3:37 and we up by 2, we got to make sure we're putting the right personnel on the field to run the ball to make sure we don't give it back to them. When there's a minute 3 to go in the game and we up by 2, we got to have the right personnel on defense to make sure that we don't let them go down and score, kick a field goal, or score a touchdown. But also, we need to be more aggressive on special teams. I looked at that. We could have blocked more punts. So, you know, we need to be more aggressive on special teams. So it starts with me. Y'all know me. I'm always going to stand on the table and I'm never going to point fingers. I'm going to start with me that I had to do a better job. And we're going to do a better job because I'm going to do a better job. The kids understand that. We put them in a lot of 4-minute offense. We put the defense in a lot of 2-minute drives. And, you know, with the 4-minute, don't give the ball back to them. We got to get a first down. But we got to figure out as a head coach and a coaching staff what personnel needs to be out there. Same goes with the defense. But it was hard because you look at it and say, okay, we should have won this game. But you know how it is with if in this game. You know, it's no ifs. So we'll be better this year, and we're looking forward to the challenges of playing these tight games because everything in the SWAC is going to come down to the last play, and that's one thing I always say. SEC of SWAC football, of HBCU football is the SWAC because every day, every Saturday, you got to tie your shoes up. But we're not overlooking Clark, and we're not overlooking Central State. You know, that's 2 very good football teams. We're excited to play them. But like I said, we want to make sure that we do the right things and have the right people on the field at the right time.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
And thank you, Coach Joseph, for joining us for your time. And we appreciate you and good luck hosting Clark Atlanta this weekend.
Okay, good luck to you guys also. I'll see y'all next week.
Thank you.